Pavalan to state his views first. Dr. Pavalan.
Thank you very much for giving this opportunity. Respected sir. So this is the topic where the coffee, whether it is antidoting homeopathic remedy or not, is a good old topic. As sir told, these have been discussed, rather over discussed over centuries together, you can say, not even decades, century together. So here my view, actually Hahnemann during his initial phase of practice, before actually finding out the Sora theory, in 1803 he published a paper on effects of coffee at Leipzig, where he mentioned that coffee is the reason for almost all the existing chronic diseases, actually. So it was the theory before Sora theory, where he told coffee is one of the reasons for all the diseases like constipation, like hypertension, and so on, so which is more similar to that of Sora theory. After that, after he found out Sora theory, he himself, denied his own version, that he overtold about the coffee, and that has been mentioned in the Jardin's translation of chronic disease. So here, the present question, if you are sticking on to the present question, whether coffee is allowed during homeopathic prescription, homeopathic medicine. First of all, most of the authors have told that not all the homeopathic remedies are antidoted by coffee. And again, it depends on the sensitiveness of the patient, number one. How to find out the sensitiveness? If a patient is having symptoms like palpitation or a rise in BP after taking coffee, probably he will be more sensitive to coffee, and if he is taking homeopathic remedy, coffee may antidote these kind of patients, not all the patients. This is number one. And number two, those people who are addicted to coffee, they are also having some antidotal effect over homeopathic remedies. Not all those people who are, casually using coffee. And when he was practicing, Hahnemann was practicing in Germany, where coffee was, introduced into the general population, especially women who are taking more coffee, which is coffee is considered as a foreign material which has been migrated to Germany. So Hahnemann was deadly against coffee, and he was totally talking all the points against coffee. But when he moved to Paris, where he found almost all the people were using coffee. So here he was changing his view, and that made him to find some other device which cannot be antidoted by coffee. So one of that thought which was there in his mind gave way to the birth of LM potency. So during LM potency, since we are prescribing LM potency, almost the patient will take the remedy every day. So there is the least chance for the antidotal effect of coffee towards the medicine. This is what first thing. Then, according to our own practice, what we were experiencing, it is very hard to advise the patient to stop coffee. And some patients, if they are very fond of coffee, they may not turn back for further follow-ups. So, in my little experience, I found that LM potencies, if we are prescribing, coffee is not antidoting. Since we are giving daily dose, even though the coffee is antidoting that particular dose, the next dose will be taking care of the condition. This is what one thing that I want to mention. Apart from that, injudicial, stoppage of coffee in all the patients who are under homeopathic treatment, I feel is not necessary. So I want to hear about from other person. We will come.
Thank you, Dr. Pavalan. That was quite revealing indeed. This reminds me of one patient, a couple who came to me for treatment, and both of them had been advised certain restrictions. The husband was drinking around 20-30 cups of coffee per day. I told him, please reduce the coffee. I will tell you, please stop. Next visit, the wife came alone. நீங்க ஒரு காஃபி சாப்பிட வேண்டாம்னு சொன்னீங்க சார், அவர் உடனே விட்டுட்டாரு. காஃபி எவன் கேட்டல உங்க ட்ரீட்மெண்ட் அப்படினா. So this is what happens, like he said. They leave whatever is convenient for them to leave, not what we want them to leave. So there must be something more to it than meets the eye. There are some patients who have stopped coffee for 1 week, 10 days. ஏதோ ஐயப்பசாமி மலைக்கு போற முன்னாடி விரதம் விடுற மாதிரி நான் ஹோமியோபதி எடுக்கணுங்கிற முடிவுல 10 நாளா காஃபியே சாப்பிட்டதெல்லாம் நிறுத்திட்டு அப்புறம் தான் சார் உங்ககிட்ட வைத்தியத்துக்கு வந்திருக்கேன். அது ஏதோ ஒரு என்ட்ரன்ஸ் எக்ஸாம் பாஸ் பண்ணிட்டு வந்த ஒரு புலகாங்கியத்துல சொல்லுவாங்க. இந்த மாதிரி காட்சிகள்லாம் நம்ம பார்க்க நேரம். நீங்க எல்லாரும் ஒத்துக்குவீங்கன்னு நினைக்கிறேன். All of you must have had some over-enthusiasm patients like this.